Hello and welcome back to Cherry's online classes. What is electric current? How was it measured? These are the two topics you're going to learn today. So let's start. Now tell me, what is the first thing that you do when you enter a room? Switch on the light or switch on the fan? Doesn't it? Have you ever thought why it's not taking time for the electric current to go from the switch to the bulb? The moment you put the switch on, the bulb starts glowing. Doesn't it? Doesn't take time to run from the switch to the bulb. That's what we are going to see first. What is the reason for that? You know the switch is connected to the bulb using electric wire. And for wiring we use good conductors of electricity. Suppose we have used copper wire. So look at the atoms of copper. How are the atoms arranged in the copper wire? You know they are all closely packed, and since it is a solid. But the size of the atom is quite big, and therefore the valence electrons, that is the electrons in the outermost shell, are far from the nucleus. Therefore the positively charged nucleus and the electrons negatively charged, the attraction between them will be less due to their larger size. Metals have larger size when compared to the other atoms, doesn't it? Therefore, the valence electrons are loosely bound to the nucleus. So, they can move within that material in a random manner. So, we'll see the picture of it. Now see the picture given here. It's a piece of copper wire bent in the shape of C. And you can see light colored bigger circles and dark colored smaller ones. Those bigger ones are for representing atoms and smaller ones to represent electrons. Okay, I've already explained that the valence electrons are loosely bound to the nucleus and therefore they are free to move within the material. And remember, these electrons are called free electrons and they are always at random motion within that material. Okay, now see, you can see the movement. They keep moving like that within the material. Is it clear? They are called free electrons. Now we'll see what happens to these free electrons when the wire is connected to a cell. Okay? Now you can see the cell. Positive of the cell is on the top, negative at the bottom. Now see what happens. These free electrons start moving towards the positive of the cell. Can you see? And from the bottom, from the negative, it is going back into the wire. Is it clear? Look at it. Free electrons are moving towards the positive of the cell, and from the negative of the cell, it is coming back to the wire. So electrons flow from negative to positive. But you say that conventional current flows from positive to negative. So in a circuit, we always show the direction of the current from positive to negative, which is just the opposite of the direction of the flow of electrons. Is it clear? Now seeing the picture, You must have got the idea why the current doesn't take time to flow. Already the electrons are free to move within that conductor. So throughout the wire, there are many free electrons in it which are free to move. So the moment you put the switch on, the electrons at that end starts flowing, and from here it starts coming. So it doesn't need time for the flow. And you learn that it is this flow of electrons that constitute electric current. Okay? Now we learn how to measure current. What is current? It is a flow of electrons. So it is a flow of electrons that constitute current. So for measuring current, we'll see the quantity of charge flowing across a cross section. Here in this picture, the wire is in the form of C. At the point A, you can see a dark circular patch which represents area of cross section of that wire. We are going to see the flow of electrons through that. See, now when the electrons pass through the wire, you say there is current. So the quantity of charge flowing per second is nothing but current. Is it clear? So current is nothing but the rate of flow of charge. How much of charge, quantity of charge flowing per second is nothing but current. So you say I is equal to Q by T. I stands for current. I is the current there. I is equal to Q by T. Q stands for quantity of charge and T time in seconds. Quantity of charge is measured in coulombs. I current is coulombs per second, which is nothing but ampere. So unit of current is ampere, and unit of charge, quantity of charge, coulombs, and time, seconds. Is it clear? So current is nothing but the rate of flow of charge, quantity of charge flowing through a cross-sectional area in 1 second. Is it clear? So you can say 1 ampere of current is flowing through that circuit or the conductor when 1 coulomb of charge is passed through in 1 second. What is it? When 1 coulomb of charge flows through that area of cross section in 1 second, you say 1 ampere of current is passing through that conductor. Okay? Now we'll see what is Q and how is it calculated. Okay? Q is nothing but quantity of charge. Charge of what? Electrons. So Q is equal to N into E, where N stands for number of electrons and E stands for the charge of 1 electron. Charge of 1 electron is equal to 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulombs. Okay? So Q is equal to Ne, number of electrons into charge of 1 electron. And then 1 coulomb is equal to charge carried by 6.25 into 10 to the power 18 electrons, you can say. So what is 1 coulomb? It is a charge carried by 6.25 into 10 to the power 18 electrons. So number of electrons, if you take a 6.25 into 10 to the power 18, then N is equal to 6.25 into 10 to the power 18 and E is equal to 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. When you multiply these two, you will get the answer 1. that is 1 coulomb of charge. Q is expressed in coulomb. So 1 coulomb of charge is nothing but 6.25 into 10 to the power 18 electrons into that number of electrons into charge of 1 electron, 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. So you define coulomb as charge carried by 6.25 into 10 to the power 18 electrons. Is that clear? Now we'll see the main points you have learned today. Current in the circuit is said to be 1 ampere if 1 coulomb of charge passes across the area of cross section in the circuit every second. Did you understand that? 1 ampere of current is said to be passing through the conductor if 1 coulomb of charge is passing across that area of cross section every second. And the next point, current is a scalar quantity. And the last one, coulomb is defined as a quantity of charge transported in 1 second across that area of cross section by a current of 1 ampere. What is it? If the current is 1 ampere, then the quantity of charge flowing in 1 second is nothing but 1 coulomb. Is it clear?